Hi, I'm Joan Coast, the Findlay area ambassador for the Taylor Automotive family, and I'm here today with the General Sales Manager, Jim Welch of Taylor Kia Findlay, and we are here for the Coaches Spotlight. Jim, who are we going to talk to today?
Today we're going to talk with the University of Findlay men's basketball coach, Charlie Ernst. A great individual, and most people probably don't know that the young man's been here for over 35 years.
Well, I'm eager to hear about it. Let's get going.
Absolutely, let's go. You know, Coach, we could sit here and talk basketball, one team after another, but I thought we'd spend a few minutes letting everybody get to know a little bit more about you, the head coach at the University of Findlay men's basketball, if that's okay.
Hey, that'd be great.
So I'm not really sure if a lot of people know that this is your 13th season as head coach, but if I added up correctly, it's just your 37th season here at the University of Findlay, being a player, an assistant coach, and now the head coach here at the University of Findlay. I mean, what is it about the University of Findlay that has just kept you here at all that time?
I get this question asked a lot, so I think about it a lot because I get asked. And to be honest, you know, sometimes I get the question, I'm glad you did the math. How many years?
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm usually off a little bit because, you know, I think that's a testament to when something's going well and you like where you're at, it's hard to leave. And I tell recruits that this is a hard place to leave. Most of the people over the years, whether you're a chemistry professor or a football coach, a basketball coach, it's a hard place to leave. And you know, when I set out on my journey after I finished my playing career here in 1992, I had an opportunity to work in the admissions office. Ken Zirkle hired me. The university was kind of going through transformation at the time, and they wanted someone that could help reach some areas they hadn't really recruited students. And my name came up from someone I'm indebted to this day. She's not an athletic person, but she was working here at the time, and she brought my name up to Ken Zirkle, and he called me the old-fashioned way on the telephone and asked if he could see me. Of course, you know, I'm thinking, wow, what's he want to see me for? Well, then I found out why he wanted to see me, and Coach Niekamp approached Dr. Zirkle and said, well, I'd like to have him as a basketball coach too. So I started my career here in both areas. And I look back at that and say, that's the best thing that ever happened to me, because I learned from admissions. I went to financial aid and still remained a basketball coach. I did both up until the late 90s. But really where it helped me was I understood the whole university instead of just being a basketball coach. Gotcha. I understood how the university worked financially. I knew a lot more than just being a basketball coach. And I learned the skills of selling this place, what it has, what the community has, and met my wife here, and we've raised a family here. She has a good job. It's been great for us. So time flies. I would have never guessed it would last 30 plus years, but it has, and I can't be more thankful to the university and everyone that supported me and my family and our basketball program.
37 years here at the University of Findlay and 4 years playing basketball at Minster High School. So that's over 40 years of playing basketball. I'm going to guess that everybody that I'm going to say this next sentence to didn't know that you actually were also here on a golf scholarship or here playing collegiate golf as well. So how's your golf game these days?
Well, my golf game's not near what it used to be. You know, that has a basketball connection too. So my senior year of basketball, the second semester, I became a student assistant because Dr. Zirkle actually talked to me about starting that job second semester of my senior year. And so when Coach Niekamp and Coach Baker took the team to Florida, I was actually a student assistant, so they drugged me out on the golf course with them during our trip to Florida to play basketball. While we were playing, and I was a pretty good high school golfer, but my passion was basketball. That was Coach Baker's first year as the golf coach at the University of Findlay. And when he played with me about halfway through the round, he said, would you be interested in playing on the golf team? He goes, you're a pretty good golfer. I could use you. So that's how I played golf. I played golf my final year here at UF, and it was a great experience. And I enjoyed it, enjoyed my teammates. I'm still friends with some of those guys, and only spent one semester playing golf, but I guess it made me a two-sport athlete.
Yeah.
But my golf game's not real strong right now because I just don't have time to play as much. I have 3 kids, I'm busy year-round with recruiting. I probably play 3 or 4 times a year, which that's not enough as you get older to stay very good at it.
What would be the one main thing that you would think of for the past 40 years of being a basketball player and coach that you'd pass on to whoever's next?
Next as a coach or next as a player?
Player, coach,
well, I think
your sons?
Yeah, I think as a player, I tell most players, most kids that are aspiring to be a basketball player, I tell them all the same thing. It's not where you start, because everyone's skill level, their natural hand-eye coordination is always at a different level. Some people are blessed with size, some people are blessed with tremendous athleticism, and some people aren't blessed with either one of those things, but it doesn't mean you can't be a good basketball player. Basketball is mostly a skill sport, and it's one of the few sports, like golf, that you can work on your own. You don't need a partner to throw the football with you. You don't need a partner to pitch to you. You can go out on the driveway by yourself with a ball and get a lot better if you do it day after day after day. And I think it helps to watch basketball, so that you can anticipate the game and see how it's played properly. So my advice is, if you're serious about basketball, it's not a hard game to really improve your skills at, but like anything, like golf, you have to do it day after day. And you don't have to spend all day, but you have to have a ball in your hands to get better at it. It's definitely a skill sport. Helps to be tall, helps to be athletic, but if you're both of those things and you can't dribble, pass, or shoot, it doesn't matter how tall you are or how athletic you are. You're going to have a hard time operating on the basketball court. So, and then as a coach, I think, you really just have to understand, like any job, you got to start at the bottom. You're truly going to have to make your mark by working hard, staying late, sacrificing, being loyal, not looking for attention. And if you do those things, good things come to people that wait.
There's a lot of basketball history here at University of Findlay, and you've been in the middle of it for a long time. What is it about the University of Findlay that brings kids that want to play basketball here when pretty much every university plays basketball?
Well, I think probably the number one thing is stability, tradition. As you know, Jim, the city of Findlay has always been a basketball supporting community. Not just at the college, but at the high school and in the county schools. Basketball is important in this area. And obviously we benefit from that. We recruit kids from the area, Putnam County, Mercer County, Allen County, and those are all neighboring counties where basketball is also important. And all you have to do is go to the state tournament when any of those schools are involved. And there's always a huge following of fans because communities rally around basketball, specifically Findlay. So I think the community helps. But yeah, I just think it's been a continuous, between Coach Howdeshell to Coach Niekamp to me, treating people right, loyalty. I think high school coaches and AAU coaches have a lot of respect for our program and the way we do things and the way we treat kids. Very few kids leave our basketball program. We've had one player leave and enter the transfer portal in the 5 years that the transfer portal has been around. And when you look around the landscape of athletics, that's a little bit mind-boggling because right now in college sports, it's more convenient to transfer than it is to stay. Right. And so we're proud of the fact that kids want to be here. And it's not because we pay them a lot of money. It's not because we never yell at them or have low expectations of them, but it's that we treat them the right way. And I think that they appreciate that. And I think their high school coaches, AAU coaches, they appreciate that. Recently we had a basketball official that's an assistant varsity coach. He officiates our games. And we wanted to get involved with a kid that he coaches. And he said, we found out later from the recruit and his parents that they leaned on him, and he said, I officiate all over the country, and there's no place I would send my kid other than the University of Findlay. So I think there's a lot of avenues to recruit kids and get the inside track. There's the obvious things everyone sells, but really you get kids because of reputation, because of what other people are saying, not because of what you are saying. And I think that's not something you can change overnight, and I think it's really helped in our recruiting.
You and your wife, Melinda, you guys have a great family, one of which is a senior point guard at Findlay High School this year. I mean, how much fun, and they're state ranked. I mean, how much fun has it been so far, and looking forward to how they wrap up this season here? They're right in the middle of it, and watching Sam play out his senior year, and everything's just going so well for him right now.
It's been great. It's been one of my great thrills as a parent, is that, to see your kid being successful. It's interesting, but I don't want to say I'm not surprised. That would be maybe a bit of an overstatement, but I'm not shocked. Because this group of boys, way back when they were 4th and 5th graders, several of us said that this class right here has got a real chance. And it wasn't just the talent, but it was the camaraderie. Mm-hmm. It was the combination of different skills, and they all complemented one another really well. They've always been a very unselfish group that gets along really well. So they've won forever, and they have done it the old-fashioned way, And when his class was a freshman, I thought Jim will probably move all those kids up to JV, but he actually did just the opposite. He kept them all on the freshman team, and they ran the table and won every freshman game by a lot. And then they moved them up to JV as a group, and they won every JV game but the last game of the season. And so the point is, they went their first 2 years of high school and went like 47-1, And so they've been a group that knows how to win, that's used to winning, but they also understand how hard it is to win. So they've never let up. I'm proud of the whole group, not just my son. Obviously, I'm biased towards him. He's my son. But I'm proud of the whole team.
They're having a great season. It's going to be fun to watch them.
Yeah, I
Coach,
agree.
Again, thank you for doing another video and letting us share a lot about the 40-some years of basketball that you've put together.
Man, it's hard to believe, but we got a lot of basketball season in front of us here, and I'm excited to see how the season plays out for us.
Awesome. Thank you. What a great interview that we just had with Charlie here at the University of Findlay, and learning a whole lot about him. It's just wonderful to bring these things back to the Findlay area and do the Coaches Spotlight, Jones. We really thank you for doing that.
Well, I'm so excited that we're doing it, and stay tuned, everyone, for our next Coaches Spotlight. See you soon.